Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
Well, hello, everybody. I hope you guys can hear me now. We are looking at, yes, a winter weather advisory that has been posted. Apologies if you were tuning in about 15 minutes ago and you couldn't hear me. I do think you guys can hear me now. I've been able to test the mic and stuff. So somebody could just maybe shoot me a quick comment saying they can hear me. I'd appreciate it because, of course, we did have those issues not too long ago. About 20 minutes ago, I did have an issue where if you're just tuning in now, people couldn't hear me. So let's get into the forecast. We have a winter weather advisory that has been posted for tonight and into tomorrow morning. That is not so much for snow, but it's actually for the potential of some freezing drizzle, some freezing fog, and even some light freezing rain to develop in some areas. As it does so, we are going to run the risk for some slick spots. Could coat up the ground in some ice. The cars, the trees could coat up a little bit. This isn't going to be a big ice storm or anything by any means, but we are going to run the risk for some slick spots. So be wary of that if you are heading out this evening or tonight or early tomorrow morning, especially before the sunrise. So let's talk about some of the sky cams outside right now. We have cloudy skies outside in Oxford, and we are looking at, again, temperatures running in the 20s and low 30s right now for many areas. Waterville, 33 degrees, cloudy skies. These numbers will fall a few degrees as we head through the next couple hours. And let's head down towards Biddeford. We have a temperature of 31 degrees, mainly cloudy skies out there. Again, these clouds are going to continue as we head through the next couple hours. And we'll take one last look at the Belfast area, where the temperature is 36 degrees right now. And we are, again, I would say most of the coastline will see mostly rain showers, but there is the chance for some slick spots even closer to the coastline. Here's some snowfall reports that we saw last night into this morning, and it lined up pretty well with what we were thinking. We had between 1 to 3 inches for many areas. Some areas maybe a tiny bit more. Saco was one of the higher numbers that I saw, 3.2 inches, Kittery Point, 2.5. A lot of these places were in the southern and coastal zones, mainly, especially in York County. Those were really where we saw the highest totals. Falmouth and the Portland area, about 2 inches of snow or so. And then you headed up towards the mid-coast, Harpswell, a little under an inch. So as you headed to the north, areas like Sebago, less snow. Over towards Lewiston, there may have been some coatings here and there, but overall, even areas Lewiston north didn't see much at all in terms of snowfall. Now let's move to the future, and let's get a look at the satellite and radar. You can see that we are looking at pretty dry conditions out there right now, and we're going to stay dry for at least the next couple hours, but there is the chance for some moisture out ahead of this cold front that is off to the west that's moving through the Great Lakes region, and eventually some of that moisture is going to bring us the chance for some, again, light freezing drizzle. A lot of moisture in the air will create the chance for fog. Temperatures drop into the 20s, and you're looking at foggy conditions. That is really a sign of freezing fog, of course. Temperatures right now running in the low 30s for many spots. One of the mild spots is Lewis Cassid at 36 degrees, but most spots are running in the low 30s around that freezing mark. So let's take a trip around the state. We have 35 degrees right now in North Sebago, but you head over towards Naples, the temperature's 32, 30 degrees in Turner, 32 degrees in Portland, Buxton, as well as the Brunswick area. Topsom coming in around 33. And then you head down towards York County, temperatures right around that freezing mark, maybe a few degrees cooler on many spots. Shapley coming in at 30 degrees, 32 degrees in Kennebunk. And then we go to the mid-coast. A lot of places running in the low to mid 30s, 36 degrees, one of the warmer spots. Waldo coming in at 35 and Waterville at 33 degrees right now, Belgrade 32. Up to the north, this is not a situation where you have colder temperatures up to the north. We're actually probably running maybe a little bit milder up towards the north where we have temperatures, many spots above the freezing mark. And that's mostly due to the fact that we actually have warmer air above our heads. And that is what is going to create the chance for some freezing rain as you have warmer temperatures above the surface. And so those snowflakes melt into raindrops, and then it's cold right at the surface where the temperatures can be 29, 30, 31 degrees. And right at the surface, the temperatures are cold enough to support that raindrop that will freeze on contact. And that's exactly what freezing rain is most of the time you have places like Mount Washington that'll actually be warmer in these situations than places like Portland. So here's the wind, not a big deal. A little bit of breeze out there for the daytime today. Really didn't amount to too much, but it did make it feel a little bit cooler with temperatures running in the low 30s. Here's your forecast for the next 5 hours. Lots of clouds out there. Temperatures will run right around 31 degrees. They're not going to fall too much for the nighttime tonight. I think most of us, by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, probably in the upper 20s. So we will see a lot of upper 20s for the nighttime tonight. 29 degrees in Portland, Brunswick, Rockland as well. 27 degrees in Lewiston. You head over towards York, temperature around 31 degrees. And then numbers running in the mid to upper 20s for many spots across the north. So here's the weekend forecast. This is what everybody wants to know, of course. And in my eyes, it's kind of a 50-50 weekend. Saturday, not the best of days. We'll see lots of clouds, temperatures near that 40-degree mark. So once we get, I would say, past 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, then any freezing rain threat pretty much diminishes because the temperatures are going to warm up into the mid upper 30s to near 40 degrees. But I do think we are going to see some steadier rain showers possible during the morning hours on Saturday. And then skies start to clear. The temperatures warm for the day on Sunday. Temperatures running in the mid 50s. So yes, there is a potential for some freezing fog for tonight. Potential for some freezing drizzle, freezing showers as well. So be mindful of that if you are stepping out this evening. Maybe not so much on your way out, but it may be on your way back home. For example, if you are heading out, if you're coming home at 10, 11 o'clock at night, you may see some slick spots. You may notice some light icing on your car and things like that. So that is something to be very careful of because freezing rain is not something to mess with. And then we head out in the morning and you can see a good amount of pink shading. And this is, again, the reason why we have this winter weather advisory in place, because many areas will run the risk for some freezing, at least freezing drizzle, if not some freezing light rain showers and some freezing fog. And that all is going to create at least the potential for some slick spots to develop. We get to the afternoon, rain showers clear out, and we are going to see mostly cloudy skies, maybe a little bit of sun here and there. Temperatures will run in the upper 30s and lower 40s for the afternoon tomorrow. So again, any of those slick spots will pretty much melt away as we head through the late morning hours. And then we have the cold front that passes through. And with that, temperatures are actually not going to be too bad in the 40s. I think we're looking at rain showers. Yeah. This snowpack is going to come, I would say, almost completely disappear, especially in central and southern Maine as we head through the next couple of days with temperatures running in the 40s for the daytime tomorrow. And then Sunday, skies clear, and we are going to see highs running in the 50s for the day on Sunday. And Monday, it's going to be a warm day. I mean, we're talking temperatures running in the 50s to close to 60 in spots. I think there's a better chance for 60-degree readings away from the coastline on Tuesday, but it is going to be a nice warm stretch of weather. I don't want you to get your hopes up too much. We do have, as we head through later on Tuesday into Wednesday, we have another storm threat. And I call it a storm threat because we don't exactly know the precip type yet. It could be anything from a total rainstorm to all snow. And it's all dependent on the exact track of this area of low pressure. So if this low pressure swings through this front and the warm air moves in from the south, we are going to see some rain with this. And this would be Wednesday night into the day on Thursday. But all it takes is this area of low pressure to shift to the south just a little bit. And you could be talking colder temperatures. You could be talking the potential for some mixing on Wednesday into Thursday. And, also the potential for some snow as well. So really it's that Wednesday, Thursday timeframe that we are watching for our next real threat of precipitation besides, again, the freezing drizzle and fog out there for tonight. Here's the temperatures. You can see numbers go up in a big way as we head through Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Temperatures will run in the mid to upper 50s. As you head for areas inland, this is the time of year where it's actually warmer air for areas inland. I mean, we're talking low to mid 60s. That's why I think there's going to be a complete vanish of the snowpack as we head through probably Tuesday over the next 4 to 5 days. We're probably talking, the snowpack going from a foot of snow to literally just grass as we head into the day on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday, depending on the timing of that front and when it moves through, it really just will depend on a lot of things. It'll, depend on the type of precip we see Wednesday, Thursday. Also, the temperatures, how high they get if the warmer air moves in, but also, some computer models Thursday are going temperatures in the 20s and low 30s, but some computer models have temperatures in the 50s. So it's very tough to forecast the temperatures for the day on Thursday due to that timing of that front. So we could be looking at the chance for some mix and some rain as we head through that Wednesday, Thursday timeframe, and that would be for areas along the coastline and for areas inland. But really, the talk of the week is certainly Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Skies start to clear, mostly sunny skies Monday and Tuesday, temperatures in the low to mid 60s. And it is going to be a very nice one out there. Of course, don't forget to set those clocks ahead 1 hour before you go to bed. Of course, the cell phones will do it themselves at 2 o'clock in the morning. But check the smoke detectors, the carbon monoxide detectors, things like that. You certainly want to do that. Of course, it's good excuse to change the batteries and test them as well. But again, next really 2 days this weekend, we'll see the clouds. We'll see the chance for some morning freezing rain as we head into tomorrow. But I think skies will turn mainly cloudy and a little bit of sun possible for the afternoon. But Sunday is definitely the pick of the weekend. And we are looking at a nice stretch of weather Monday and Tuesday. But you notice the cold temperatures, they return as we head into later in the week. Highs will run in the 30s for the day on Friday. So again, that is the look at the weekend forecast. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Have a happy Friday. And again, if you are stepping outside for the nighttime tonight, definitely just, be wary of things maybe getting a little bit slippery. If you see some fog and the temperature's 28 or 29 degrees, that fog is likely sticking to a lot of things all across the state. So be wary of that. There's a reason that winter weather advisory is in place for many spots. It doesn't include the coastline, but that doesn't completely absolve the coastline of seeing at least some freezing rain and some freezing drizzle. So pay attention to the temperatures and of the car. Maybe you have a home thermometer, pay attention to that. And if you have precip falling and the temps are in the upper 20s and it's raining, it's probably freezing rain. So have a great evening, have a great weekend, and please get out there and enjoy Monday and Tuesday if you can. Maybe go for a walk on your lunch break if you're working. It is going to be a nice stretch of weather to start the work week. Have a great day, and I hope you guys have a great weekend as well.